So Mike Pence is out there making his rounds, the media circuit, trying to promote this book, So Help Me God. So help you God if you can read through this book. And I watched this interview he had with Hannity. Hannity was softballing these questions. Mike Pence is doing everything he can to disassociate himself with Trump. He's dumping Trump into a landfill. That's what he's doing. Because he's thinking about running in 2024. And he hinted at that in this Hannity interview. So I thought I'd talk about this because Trump will make this primetime address tonight, 9 p.m. Mar-a-Lago, that he's going to run for president in 2024. Now, this is what Pence said about Trump. Quote, the president's words were reckless. It was clear he decided to be part of the problem. And Mike Pence was angry over this tweet that Trump sent out during the storming of the Capitol. But he never mentioned what the tweet was in this Hannity interview. Now, he also went on ABC's World News Tonight, talk about January 6th. You know, the impression I got from these interviews was that, oh, woe is me. There's nothing I could have done. You're the vice president. You're the second in line. You mean to tell me that you couldn't have stepped up to the plate and asked for more security? I'm sure Trump would have given you whatever you wanted at that point with people storming the Capitol. No. I'd rather be establishment type. You know what I think? I think the American people are tired of this phony baloney BS from Washington, D.C. They're tired of it. I don't want you coming out in a suit and tie anymore. I want you coming out without any tie, with your shirt unbuttoned, come out casual, and be honest with the American people. That's what we want. I saw a poll going back to 2020, during the 2020 election, from Gallup. It said that 31% of voters were Democrat, 25% Republican. But 41% were independent. And I think Trump, now again, and I've said this before, I didn't vote for Trump, but I liked his enthusiasm. So you can not vote for somebody, but love their enthusiasm, like what they stand for, may not be your favorite candidate. I was more of a Ben Carson fan. But 41% in this poll were independent. And I think Trump represented that voice out there. He had to run as a Republican to win the ticket. That's how screwed up the electoral system is. We need more voices in the political fray. That's what we need. And I keep hammering this drum that Trump needs to run as an independent candidate and take all his supporters with him. And all his candidates, too. All the candidates that didn't win this midterm election. And that's the other thing, too. I see a lot of people out there getting dismayed over this. It's just a midterm. A lot of times what happens is they fail in the midterm, but during the presidential election, they do really well. Republicans end up picking up seats. And Mike Pence was gloating about this. He was gloating about this, that he was, part of that 2010 wave. Because you say a red wave where they picked up 63 seats in the House. So it was just funny to watch this interview last night with Hannity. I didn't see the one on ABC. But you talk about somebody trying to disassociate themselves with Trump. Somebody who truly is establishment. There you go. Now, this is just gravy here. He says, I turned to my daughter who was standing nearby and said, it doesn't take courage to break the law. It takes courage to uphold the law. I'm reading my own notes here. I think I have doctor's handwriting sometimes, although I write everything out in print. So he's claiming that Trump's words before this riot, surging of the Capitol building, this siege, are what caused all this chaos. Really, Mike Pence? Again, where were you? You were the second in line. I'm sure Trump would have given you whatever you wanted if you had just asked for it. But no, you had to go into hiding. Had to be on the phone with Nancy Pelosi, who, by the way, Nancy Pelosi turned down this request from Trump for additional troops. Everyone tends to forget that. Now, you know they're going to go after Trump. You know they're going to go after Trump. And like I said, I just don't want anybody out there being dismayed over what's going on here. Because I think, and Ben Shapiro pointed this out. It was in a YouTube Shorts or something like that, where he said, if Trump runs again for 2024, he's going to clear the field. That's exactly what he's going to do. There's a lot of talk about DeSantis running in 2024. Said that before, that 2024 probably isn't going to be the best bet for DeSantis. He should run in 2028, which is the best way to do it. But to watch Hannity on this interview tiptoe and not ask some of the hard questions about, well, where were you at on January 6th? Why didn't you step up to the plate and ask Trump if he would get additional troops in there to stop this siege on the Capitol? It's like everything is Trump's fault. But there are other factors involved here. Now, could have Trump done something different? Maybe. Hindsight's 2020. I mean, Trump's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Okay, so I'm not giving Trump a pass here. If you think I'm trying to give Trump a pass, I'm not. But it's all Trump's fault. It's all Trump's fault, even though Trump requested for additional security. I keep going back to that. But he's responsible for January 6th, when he told his supporters to peacefully and patriotically march to the Capitol to make their voices heard. Mike Pence has got a book out there, So Help Me God. So help you God if you can make it through that book. And that's another thing. I am tired of these people coming out with all these books. They say, oh, I'm sorry. This is what it was like in the White House. I go back to this again. Trump wanted people to work. He wanted people to be the best that they could be. But people in government, they don't want to do that. See, they'd rather fight every day with the other side and make it look like they're doing something to make themselves feel good. It just boggles the mind why these people forget why they're in D.C. They're there to represent us. They should start acting like it. So don't come out there in a suit and tie with your blue or red tie, represent your side. Take off the tie, unbutton your shirt, be real with the American people, and let us know what's what. That's all we're asking for. We deserve to know what's what, and what's going on in D.C. So this is just a one-take video. Have a little fun here today, talking about Mike Pence coming out with this book, making the media rounds, dumping Trump in a landfill. And I can guarantee you, Trump makes this announcement tonight, and I have a feeling that it's all going to go towards Trump. People are going to back Trump rather than DeSantis. That Mike Pence is one of those people who's going to want to get on the game. He just is. Now, Kari Lake just lost in Arizona. So wouldn't it be interesting if you have Trump and Kari Lake running together? I said Trump and Candace Owens before should run together. But Trump always has something up his sleeve. Something more than what he lets on. Just remember that. That's always been the case with Trump. No matter how much you hate Trump, you like Trump, that's just his style. So these next couple years, 2 years leading up to the election, are going to be very, very interesting and a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. You can follow me at Instagram, hashtag Jason Composes. You can find me at Twitter, Culture Confederacy Twitter. And thank you to everybody who watched my Trump needing the balls video. That was a real story that was out there at Vanity Fair. So thank you for subscribing to this thing with called the Culture Confederacy. Look, this whole channel was about history and culture preservation. I love writing music in my spare time. I don't like when people are taking down statues and they want to censor everything out there. It's a rallying cry. Culture Confederacy is a rallying cry against censorship. But we also have to talk about current issues, cultural issues, maybe a tinge of politics. So you can call this thing what you want. I call it the Cultural Confederacy. And I am deeply humbled and honored that you are taking the time to watch these videos. I wouldn't be here without you. So thank you again. for supporting this thing called the Cultural Confederacy. I got to get ready and go to work. I'll catch you guys next time. As I said, you know what to do. Again, follow me at Instagram, hashtag Jason Composes, or you can find me at Twitter, Cultural Confederacy at Twitter. This is the Cultural Confederacy saying peace out, stay safe, everybody. God bless this thing we call the United States, and I'll catch you next time. Y'all have a great Tuesday.